There we go. What's this now?
How the heck are we still making Halloween cards?
Oh, boy.
October's almost through.
Elaborate.
If they're late again, I won't be to blame. Michelle, I blame you.
Wait, why? Why am I to blame?
Because, Michelle, you're the one that schedules stuff.
Oh.
You think I have the capacity to remember dates and times and numbers in general?
Right.
I'm making art. I'm creating.
I'm creating a fist right now.
That's fine, as usual. But we're also creating a Halloween card for our Patreon supporters who have shoveled their hard-earned money our way.
Yeah.
So that we can continue to make videos about art and process and, yes, creativity.
Okay, well, yes, the patrons do deserve thanks.
As always.
Yeah.
And the card they'll be getting in the mail this year, hopefully on time,
Right.
though honestly, we're down to the wire.
Yeah.
The card is an homage to Over the Garden Wall, the animated series that celebrates its 10th anniversary this year.
Wow.
10 years.
How did it slip by so fast?
What were you doing 10 years ago?
Probably shaking my head at some annoying thing you were doing.
Right? Most
Yeah.
likely, right? As usual. But you were also sitting beside me watching Over the Garden Wall
Yeah.
and loving it.
I was.
The series, created by Patrick McHale, follows two brothers, Greg and Wirt, who travel through a mysterious forest and encounter all kinds of magical and terrifying things on their journey home.
It's a great series.
It is.
And really rewatchable.
Yeah.
It doesn't get old.
Now, there are so many iconic set pieces and moments in the show.
Yeah.
Like the one I'm drawing.
Right?
This is from episode 2, I think, Hard Times at the Huskin Bee, where the brothers arrive in a strange little quiet town and are drawn to some commotion they hear in a nearby barn. They open the barn doors to find the townspeople, pumpkin creatures of some kind, gathered for a celebration.
I love that episode. I love how creepy it is and how it really captures this autumn vibe and some really strong Halloween vibes.
Yes, and the precise vibe I'm trying to capture is that moment when Greg and Wirt open the barn doors and are met with, I guess you'd call it, a less than warm reception.
Right? You get the feeling that they really don't belong there.
It's very uncomfortable and hilarious and a little creepy.
Right.
You get the sense that the boys have stepped into something that maybe they shouldn't have.
Right.
And you know how we enjoy the electricity that kind of awkwardness produces in the brain.
Yeah.
It's a feeling like no other.
Right.
Like being discovered as an outsider and then having to work your way through this uneasy situation safely and, with elegance, if possible. And any wrong word spoken could amplify the conflict beyond your ability to handle it.
Like Tom Cruise being discovered in Eyes Wide Shut.
Exactly.
And that's the feeling you want to pass on to our patrons? The awkward feeling of maybe being in jeopardy?
Yeah, I wanted to be a little off-putting at first, but then the sentiment that we write inside the card will let them know that, yes, of course they belong. Of course they're part of our big, friendly pumpkin skeleton family, and we're glad they're here with us.
All right, well, I hope they know that.
I also want to mention, before we're done here, that the person who sings the main theme for Over the Garden Wall,
Yes.
not the idiot who sang our intro, but the actual person is the great Jack Jones.
The Jack Jones.
Yes, world-renowned crooner and actor who, and I know you don't know this, he actually passed while we were recording this video.
What? No.
Just a few days ago, yeah.
What?
I know. And it's a bummer, I know. I'm guessing a lot of the kids who watched Over the Garden Wall didn't really know his history.
Yeah.
And even if you said, oh, he also sang the theme to The Love Boat, they wouldn't know what that was either.
No.
But he's legendary. And he's left us with a huge catalog of music to enjoy. And if Over the Garden Wall has any basis in fact, he is now traveling through the unknown.
I'm honestly so sad right now.
I know. Me too. Not to make light of it at all, but
Yeah.
if Over the Garden Wall taught us any lessons, it's that life is short, live it without fear, live it with purpose, and with joy.
I guess, yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, Jack Jones also played the voice of Gregory's Frog. So he had a ton of fun while he was here.
I bet he did, yeah.
All right, now at this point, the watercolor is finished.
Looks good.
I'm fine with it.
Good.
But because we have a number of patrons who are getting this, we cannot do individual watercolor cards for each of them this time.
No.
I would collapse from exhaustion. So we'll be running this right up the road to a copy shop and getting some prints made.
The weirdest thing about getting these copies was we walked in, they asked if they could help. We said, we need some copies of this. They said, sure. There was no line. Making the copies took less than 5 minutes.
Right. They were talking amongst themselves the whole time, having fun, real laid back.
Yeah.
No one else seemed to be getting print jobs done.
And then they hand us the prints and say, oh, by the way, since this was a rush job, we have to charge you an extra $17.50.
I almost committed a crime.
I was almost an accomplice.
But then we said, well, what if we just leave them here and come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
And they said, oh, that's fine. No extra charge. You know what? It's, and I want to be clear about this. The stupidest thing I've ever heard.
We got to find another print shop.
This is what the patrons will be getting in the mail. They get the pumpkin orange envelope. They open it. And the first thing they see are the barn doors.
And maybe they also think they're getting a box of McDonald's French
All
fries.
right, knock it off. And then when they open it, they can open the doors to the barn like they're on hinges. And they see Enoch and the rest of the pumpkin people staring at them uncomfortably.
Right.
But we also realized that if you slide the barn doors aside like they're on rails, you still get Enoch's arms reaching out to you in perspective, but you also get the barn doors as a framing device for the whole scene.
I love this.
Right?
I love the perspective, like you're actually in the room with them.
Yeah, it really worked out. And as a bonus, when you open it like that, you can set it on your table or mantle, and it can be part of your Halloween decorations.
I love this card.
Me too.
And I hope our patrons do too.
Well, if they get it any time before the end of November, I'm sure they'll be thrilled.
Nice job, by the way, carving that jack-o'-lantern and making those teeth.
Those are made with translucent polymer clay,
Yeah.
so that candlelight would shine through a little bit.
Also, and I already know what I'm going to have to deal with for even mentioning this.
Go on.
Nice job on the piano and the singing.
There it is. Anything, Michelle, to make your Halloween a little more magical.
Thank you.
And to justify my raise.
No.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Happy Halloween.
Go watch Over the Garden Wall.